again, Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shooting Plink. Hey, today we're going to really be testing out the accuracy of this Crosman 1077TAC. Yep, we're going to be using a target I haven't used for a while. It's put out by Shooting Targets7. It's quite a target. It's a know your limits, and it definitely tests your limits. This particular target, we've showed it before, is put out for rimfire and also air guns, pellet guns like this. And I think it starts out at 2 inches. That's going to be your biggest target down there, is 2 inches. The smallest is going to be a 1/4 inch. Yeah, that's not much of a variation, I'll tell you. It's very, very small, that 1/4 inch thing. There's 12 rounds loaded in here. Let's hope that I don't have to go past 12 rounds, because I gotta stop and think, how many targets have we got on that thing? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there's 8 targets down there. That means 8 of my rounds are gonna be gone. I'm gonna have 4 that I can try to hit that little 1/4 inch, because I bet it's gonna take a few. I mean, it's hard to hit that thing, and you know how pellets, air guns go. They can vary around. So let's go down there on the range here, and we'll see what happens with this. Got it. Finally. Took a few rounds, but I got that 1/4 inch one. Well, I took a look at those targets afterwards, and extremely pleased with what I did, even though it took me, probably about 4 rounds, maybe 3. I don't know, I can't even remember how many I fired. I was just too excited over hitting that 1/4 inch one finally. I wasn't sure I was going to make it on that. I really didn't, but I could see the rounds, and maybe you could too, because you were zoomed in. I mean, I was looking at those things, and I was freestanding. As you can see, I do not have my shooter's choice AccuRest here. I was freestanding and shooting, and so that was kind of like, but that's the good thing about this gun. And with this grip right here like this, you can put it on and do pretty good. And if you can see the pellets like I did on that 1/4 inch, and that's what I did, I watched them, and it's only got 400 and some feet velocity, I think it is on this. Can't remember. Maybe it's 707. I don't know. Anyway, it was so I could see them, and they were going to the side, so I just moved my sight slightly onto that, and then, like I said, pellets will fly around, so you just don't know what can happen. But that thing, as I said, I looked at them, and that was a just about dead center bullseye. It was just slight on the whole pellet was there, just a little bit of mark on that 1/4, so I hit it right on at that point. And the others, the 3/4 inch one, that was a dead center bullseye, so it was a 1/2 inch. And that, by the way, that KYL that Shooting Target7 has, that one is 1/4 inch each way. So you start out with a 2 inch, the next one to it is 1 3/4 inch, and the next one is 1 1/2, and so on down the line, where you end up with that last one that's only 1/4 inch. So if you want to have a lot of fun, especially with air guns and rimfire, that's all you're going to shoot with that. Check those out, because they do have them on the Shooting Target7 site, and you can. I can't remember what they cost now. I think they're over 100, and I'll say over 135. I may be wrong. If I am, don't blame me on that, and don't hold Mark to that price. I'm just trying to remember what they actually were. But anyway, like I said, this gun is very accurate, and you can see that because I was doing it freestanding shooting, and very pleased with it. But I have noticed, because we talked about this in the first review, how many pellets can you fire out of this on a single, because it only has the one 12-gram CO2 cartridge in it. You're not going to get as many as I have in the past, because at least if you let it set, because some of the guns I have, you can let them set, go back the next day and shoot it. This one, the CO2 leaks out of it. It really does. I've tried that, and there's just been nothing, and I knew there was some in there to shoot some more. I would say that you can probably fire, well, let's see, we had fired before, I know, 48 rounds, and I'd say if you get 60 rounds out of a single CO2, you're probably going to be lucky with that. But and this one's doing pretty good right now, and I'll tell you this, before we were firing this, I'd already shot at some other targets, because we did another video where we were shooting K-cups for some of our shorts. But before that, when I went to put the CO2 in, and I should bring that up because we didn't have it in the review, didn't really think about it, putting this in and out is extremely hard. Once you get it down there, you better have, see the slot on there? You better have a good heavy screwdriver. Make sure the screwdriver's wide enough to go into that slot, because you can see it's wide, or have something you can. And turn that in there in a hurry, because it'll keep leaking. And this time it did. I probably lost a lot of CO2 when I put it in this time. Now when I go to take that out, it's going to be tighter than all get out. Again, you're going to have to use this screw, because you cannot turn this, and I don't want to because it's still got CO2 in it. But, or at least I hope I do. But you can see what happened with the KYL target, and very pleased with the gun. Love that target for testing things like this. And when I want to test it is when something is accurate like this, and see just how doggone accurate it can be. And this one is. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.